The gaming industry is facing one of its biggest turning points in decades. From mass layoffs at Xbox to Sony's decision to end physical game discs, many players believe the industry is moving towards a future where consumers own less, pay more, and have fewer choices. For many gamers, the concern isn't simply about nostalgia. It's about ownership, preservation, competition, and whether the traditional home game console is slowly disappearing. The biggest flashpoint came when Sony quietly announced that it would stop manufacturing physical PlayStation game discs from January 2028. The announcement, made in just 3 short paragraphs, triggered immediate backlash across the gaming community. More than 65,000 viewers voted against the move in a Digital Foundry poll, while Change.org petition calling on Sony to reverse the decision has attracted over 120,000 signatures. The petition, started by Jade Pierce, CEO of an independent Canadian games retailer, argues that removing physical games would eliminate the used game market, preventing players from lending games to friends, lock consumers into Sony's digital marketplace, and threaten thousands of retailers that rely on physical game sales. Critics also point out that physical copies remain essential for players living in areas with slow or limited internet connections. Supporters of physical media stress that they are not opposed to digital downloads, they simply do not want digital to become the only option. As the petition states, we are not against digital, we are against digital becoming the only option. One of gamers' biggest fears is that digital purchases can disappear overnight. Unlike a Blu-ray disc sitting on a shelf, digital licenses remain entirely dependent on publishers and licensing agreements. Sony reinforced those fears after announcing that hundreds of films and television programs purchased through the PlayStation Store would be permanently removed from user libraries after its licensing agreement with Studio Canal expired. Titles including Terminator 2: Judgment Day, the Rambo films, and Gomorrah were among the content affected. Sony informed customers that from September 2026, they would no longer be able to access your previously purchased content, and that it would be removed from their libraries. No refunds or compensations were offered. For many gamers, it served as proof that buying digital content does not necessarily owning it. That has fueled an increasingly popular slogan across gaming communities: if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. Although piracy remains illegal, the phrase reflects growing frustration among players who believe digital purchases provide fewer consumer rights than physical copies. At the same time, Microsoft's Xbox division is undergoing its biggest restructuring in history. Microsoft announced a cutting of around 4,800 jobs across the company, with approximately 3,200 of those affecting its gaming business over the coming year. The restructuring would also see 4 studios leave Xbox ownership, while another faces possible closure. CEO Asha Sharma described Xbox's business as not healthy, saying profit margins remain significantly lower than companies despite Microsoft's $68.7 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The company says the cuts are part of a broader effort to reshape the business as Microsoft invests tens of billions of dollars into artificial intelligence. While Microsoft insists eliminated jobs are not directly being replaced by AI, executives acknowledge automation is fundamentally changing how the company operates. For gamers, however, the layoffs reinforce fears that traditional game development is increasingly taking a backseat to corporate restructuring. The economics of console gaming are also changing. Traditionally, companies like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo sold consoles at little profit or even at a loss before making money through game sales and subscriptions. But rising manufacturing costs and more powerful hardware have pushed console prices steadily upwards. That trend became even more apparent when Valve revealed pricing of its long-awaited Steam machine. Despite being designed for living room gaming, with a dedicated controller and console-like appearance, Valve says it consistently described the Steam machine as a PC rather than a console. Prices begin at over $1,000 and rise to nearly $1,430 depending on specifications. While many understood it was technically a gaming PC, its design, marketing, and television-focused experience led many consumers to compare it directly to PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo consoles. Its price has also highlighted just how expensive high-end gaming hardware has become. Taken individually, none of these developments necessarily signal the end of home gaming consoles. But together, They plant a picture of an industry undergoing a rapid transformation. Sony is moving towards an all-digital future. Microsoft is restructuring Xbox while shifting major investment towards AI. Physical ownership is becoming less common. Digital licenses increasingly replace products consumers can actually own. At the same time, powerful gaming PCs are becoming more living room friendly, blurring the line between console and computer. Some analysts believe the future may resemble streaming television, where players subscribe to services rather than purchase individual games. Others argue physical games will survive as collector's items, much like vinyl records in the music industry. What is clear is that the traditional console model, buying a machine, inserting a disc, owning a game indefinitely, is changing faster than ever before. For many gamers, the concern is not simply whether physical discs disappear. It is whether, in a fully digital future, players will truly own the games they play for, or merely rent access to them until a company decides otherwise. For more such explainers, subscribe to DawnNews English.